may be grim and gray outside, but we got the stuff to brighten your day as we talk racing. A good Saturday morning to you and welcome to Cocopah Speedway's Laptime Live. Brought to you by Cocopah Casino and by 1 Hour Air Conditioning and Heating. Racing Radio here on Outlaw Country AM 1400. I'm your host, Mike Stanhope, and thank you for joining us today. Hey, we're going to be visiting with Cocopah Speedway IMCA Modified driver Bill Miller. Bill and his number 35 have long been mainstays on the Yuma racing scene. We'll talk career, the challenges of the season's first half, and what he's looking forward to when action resumes at the Diamond in the Desert on September 28th. Hey, we've got lots to talk about on today's edition of Laptime Live. Want to kick off today with the big news on the dirt track scene this week. All week long, as a matter of fact. The IMCA Super Nationals going on right now in Boone, Iowa. Hundreds of drivers and cars been slugging it out all week across the spectrum of IMCA divisions. And joining us on the phone right now from Boone, Iowa, we've got Perry Meisner, driver of the number 20 IMCA Modified from out of Garden City, Kansas. And Perry, thanks for taking some time with us today.
Hello? Yeah.
Yeah, Perry, you with us?
Oh, we're just hanging out here in Boone. Ready to, we got to go draw for the Race of Champions feature today. With 10 cars, so hopefully draw front row, I hope.
Well, hey, we wish you the best of luck in that Race of Champions today. Just one of many races that'll be taking place today at Boone Speedway. Can you kind of tell us about the whole Super Nationals experience for you this week?
Oh, we got here on Monday. We raced out in Colorado Saturday and Sunday, the BSP Series. We're chasing points on that series. We got raid out on Saturday night. We went on Sunday and drove to Boone on Monday. Started racing Wednesday. And, Wednesday we weren't very good. The car had no sight bite. We changed everything on Thursday, spring shocks, all kinds of things. We got a pretty good hot rod right now. So.
Well, again, we give you our best wishes for competition this afternoon. For people who've not been to Boone and the Super Nationals, how do you describe that experience off the charts in terms of scope and scale?
Yeah, people don't realize how hard it is. There's 180 stock cars here. We race 20 heat races. They take the first 3 out. They run an A main. They run 2 A mains. They take the top 4 cars out of there each night, and then you got to go back and redraw a number and race your heat race tomorrow and hopefully get in the top 3 again to make the A and try to get in the top 4 again and hit us. So,
Perry, we certainly enjoyed having you with us here earlier this year at Cocopah Speedway for the Winter Nationals that take place here. We going to see you again in the near future?
Yeah, I hope so. Greg's trying to get the IMCA stock cars put together, and I told him if he can get the race series put together, I'll be out. So I hope we can make that happen.
Well, Perry, we'll certainly look forward to helping make that happen if we can. And one more time, we want to pass along the best of luck to you in competition later today in Boone. And thanks again for taking the time with us today here on Laptime Live.
You bet. Thank you.
All righty. Thank you, Perry. Perry Meisner, one more time, driver of the number 20 from out of Garden City, Kansas, one of hundreds of competitors in action at the Super Nationals in Boone, Iowa, at Boone Speedway. As we noted, hundreds of drivers and cars. Do want to make note of last night's Fast Shafts All-Star Invitational. Well, fans are going to be talking about that one for a long, long time to come as Todd Shootout dueled a 30-car field, waging a fierce battle at the end with Chris Abelson to grab the victory by less than a car length. Jeremy Mills, William Gould, Abelson, and of course Chute, they all took turns at the front of the field with lots of other big names right there with them. 4 wide on multiple occasions before Chute got around Abelson for the final time on lap 28 and then held on for the win. A lot of names that we've seen at the Winter Nationals at Cocopah Speedway involved in that Fast Shafts All-Star Invitational event last night, and well, certainly looking forward to seeing all of those guys and more when the Winter Nationals come back back to Yuma in early 2014. We were talking about scope and scale of the Super Nationals. Now, yeah, breathtaking. And consider a typical race day there, if you want to use the term loosely, as many as 20 heats in a single division and multiple features as well. Yep, just a part of the happenings on a daily basis. And with Cocopah Speedway's ongoing transition to the full IMCA sanctions across the board, well, just think about what the Winter Nationals here might be looking like in the very near future. A bright future indeed. Hey, quick race result to pass along as we get close to kickoff again for the resumption of action at Cocopah Speedway. The long summer of travel for regulars who've been competing at out-of-town tracks over the summer break continued last Saturday for Brawley's Stephen Daffern, driver of the number 81 Street Stock. He was in action last Saturday night, making the trip over to Verona for a run in the Street Stocks there. Daffern starting inside row number 5 for heat race action, picked off one car after another en route to a second-place finish. Night did take a turn for the worse, though, in the feature. Starting from outside row number 3, Daffern got caught up on the outside of a 3-wide pack, charging into turn number 2, and was taken out by another car, knocking him out of action with a broken axle. Repairs are ongoing. Hey, we may have been without racing since the end of May, but summer has continued to be a busy time at Cocopah Speedway itself. A variety of fan and driver improvement projects continue with final finishing touches and stocking underway for the Garage at Cocopah Speedway, the beautiful new food, drink, apparel, and supply facility in the Cocopah Speedway pits. Some bathroom improvements, some very nice ones. Wait till you see them. Those are under the process of being completed as well, both in the pits and up top in the spectator concourse. And work also still going strong on the new Cocopah Mini Speedway mini track being built just to the southeast of the spectator concourse. And many are the opportunities to be directly involved in the mini speedway and in the future of youth racing here in Yuma. For the details, just email to info@cocopahspeedway.com, or you can call the Speedway office at 344-1563. Well, summer break coming to a close at Cocopah Speedway. Hey, we'll continue to pass along all of the news and notes on the track and on the drivers from all 5 divisions that call Cocopah Speedway home. Well, up next here on Laptime Live, it's IMCA Modified driver Bill Miller, and we'll be visiting with him next. Here on Racing Radio, Cocopah Speedway's Laptime Live, presented by Cocopah Casino and by 1 Hour Air Conditioning and Heating. Back with more in just a moment.
Thanks for calling Toyota. This is Jan.
Hi, Jan. Did I hear there's a big event?
Yeah, Toyota's once-a-year nationwide clearance event is going on right now.
So there's good deals on Toyota trucks?
You bet. Since new models are coming in, there are a lot of great deals on current Tacomas and Tundras.
Perfect. I need a truck like me, Jan.
Like you?
Yeah, with lots of power.
Oh, looks like I have to take this other call. I gotta scoot.
Toyota's once-a-year nationwide clearance event is going on now. Get 0% financing for 60 months with $1,667 per thousand borrowed on any new 2013 Tundra. But hurry, this event happens only once a year. Toyota, let's go places.
Financing on approved credit from Toyota Financial Services does not include college grant or military rebate. Does not include dealer fees. Offers may vary by region. See dealer for details. Offers end 9/3/13.
Visit Alexander Toyota in Yuma, or for more information, please log on to Toyota.com. Toyota.
No matter what type of air conditioning or heating help you need, schedule some help from 1 Hour Air Conditioning. Ready for the season? 1 Hour Air Conditioning and Heating can help. No AC at all? 1 Hour can help. Need help upgrading your old inefficient system? 1 Hour can help. Now's the time to schedule your annual air conditioning safety inspection for just $59. Call 1 Hour today at 783-4242. Some limitations and exclusions apply.
We're always on time, but you don't pay time.
Crossroads Mission serves over 300 meals a day, and they're running low on many food items. There's some days when Crossroads doesn't even have enough meat, bread, or milk to feed those who come to them for help. Their wish list includes mustard and mayonnaise, rice and ground beef, and milk. Please drop items off at the Crossroads Kitchen at 944 South Arizona Avenue. If you'd like to organize a food drive, call Barbara Rochester at 580-4482. Community Matters to Z93 and Outlaw Country.
Hi, I'm Russ Clark, and I've got a new home on your radio dial. Tune in Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Fridays for Outlaw Talk live and local from 6 to 8 a.m. Outlaw Talk is a great forum for local, state, and national issues, ranging from immigration to gun laws and everything in between. I'd love to take your calls, too. You can call 782-4321 and share your thoughts. It's Outlaw Talk on Outlaw Country, 6 to 8 a.m., Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. I hope you'll join me.
Outlaw Country is getting down and dirty with Cocopah Speedway. Mike Stanhope here, inviting you to join us Saturday mornings at 11 for Cocopah Speedway's Laptime Live. It's racing radio with news and talk featuring the local dirt track racing scene. Driver interviews, behind-the-scenes information you won't get anywhere else. That's Cocopah Speedway's Laptime Live, Saturday mornings 11 a.m. here on Outlaw Country. Sponsored by Cocopah Casino.
Real opportunities don't come around every day. Hi, this is Russ Clark, and I want to tell you about an opportunity that won't last long. El Rancho Encantado is a spectacular development located in the foothills at the base of Telegraph Mountain. Build your home and park your RV on one of these lots with underground utilities, fencing, and landscaping. Prices have been reduced thousands of dollars on the last few remaining lots. Act fast, they won't last long. Call Ed Sexton or Brooke Owens at El Rancho Encantado right now to make an appointment. 342-3281. El Rancho Encantado.
Welcome back to Cocopah Speedway's Laptime Live, brought to you by Cocopah Casino and by 1 Hour Air Conditioning and Heating. One of the drivers we'll look forward to seeing when racing resumes in just 3 weeks out of the Diamond in the Desert is in studio with us now. Bill Miller, driver of the number 35 IMCA Modified. And good morning to you, Bill.
Good morning. How are you?
Hey, very good, Bill, and I trust you're in fine fettle this morning as well.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Got to get back to the race car, so let's make this happen.
Hey, I'll tell you what, I love the sound of those words right there. Well, 3 weeks away from resuming the 2013 season, what's been going on during your summer break?
Well, we've had the whole car tore apart, from the last race, leading the pack and braking, and everybody in that race felt like it hit me. So the whole front of the car, the whole back of the car has been redone. A lot of thanks to Brian Gray. Brian Gray for all his help. And big thanks to Keith Tabor for all the work that they've done to help me do. Now we're back to working on the motor and finishing up the final details on the car.
A little bit of a disappointment at all that you weren't able to do any out-of-town racing during the break?
No, this year was, money-wise, was real tight, and we knew going into this season that we weren't going to be doing a whole lot of racing. And we decided this year, every year I've always done whatever it took to get the car onto the track, and it just kind of took the fun out of racing. And we've had a real bad season this year, but the fun's back.
That is key.
Yeah, we haven't seen a checkered in a main event yet this year, which is unusual for us. But it's still been a great season because we're doing it the way we want. And just when we want.
Things will come around you're expecting during the second half.
Oh, yeah.
Based upon being able to set it up to your liking.
Yes.
Any modifications at all, given the substantial amount of work you've had to do on the car, or pretty much straight on the rebuild, so to speak?
Straight on the rebuild. We just beefed up some of the stuff that had been breaking on us. Of course, had to put all new parts back in it.
Oh, yes.
So, got a lot of new parts back on it. Got a gorgeous body back on it. First time my car's ever looked this good. I don't know if anybody's going to recognize me.
Have seen some pictures of the new skin, and yes, a spectacular job. Looks very, very nice.
That's all for Bad Influence. Took care of all that for me.
Oh, mighty nice of Keith and the gang over there to do that. You've been at this for a long, long time. I was adding it up in my head, and we were talking about it before we came on air a little bit. Basically kicked off your racing career here in Yuma in '90, but it actually extends much, much further back than that.
Yeah, we raced go-karts in Virginia. I was 9 years old. For 2 or 3 years we raced, and then got out of it. Just money-wise, we got out of it. Made the mistake of going to Yuma Speed when it was Yuma Speedway. going out there one night and watching the races, and like I told you, the very next week I was building a car and racing against your brother.
Remember that very well.
So, no, it's something that I've always loved, always enjoyed. So I've always tried to keep doing it. Look at, not very many racers can say they've had the pleasure of racing against their father and their sister.
Racing has been a long-time family affair for you.
My mother has never missed a race yet that I know of, and I probably never will.
Well, I hope she's listening in today because we want to say hi, Mom.
Oh, yeah. She's been the biggest influence on all of it. She's kept all of us together.
Now, that's a wonderful thing indeed. And just following up on the family bit of things here for a second, you had an interesting encounter on the track with your dad back in the day, laying the old slide job on him. Interesting crowd reaction to that one.
Yeah, I did a slide job because I knew that he would back out. He was running for points. I knew he would back out and let me have the spot. I ended up getting second, and that's when we were staying on. The top four would get out of their car on the podium. And I got booed when I got out of my car for that move. Of course, everybody knew it was my father, but I still got booed.
You'd make that move again given the chance, though, I'll bet you.
Yeah, in a heartbeat.
Hey, we're talking with Bill Miller, driver of the number 35 IMCA Modified, here on Cocopah Speedway's Laptime Live, presented by Cocopah Casino and by 1 Hour Air Conditioning and Heating. Hey, we'll continue with Bill in just a moment here on Outlaw Country, AM 1400.
Welcome to Food City, where we're announcing an incredible 3-day sale. Now through Sunday, take advantage of these extra savings. Avocados, perfect for guacamole, 4 for just $1. 73% lean ground beef on sale, $1.99 a pound, sold in the value pack. Zulka, pure cane sugar, 4-pound bags, 2 for just $3. Chloralex bleach, big gallon jug, 2 for $2. Budweiser beer, 24-pack, 12-ounce cans, $16.99. Thank you for shopping and saving at Food City, the store with low prices when you need them.
When you want to stay informed, all you need to do is tune in to Outlaw Country. When breaking news happens in Yuma, the Outlaw Country News Department is on top of it. News Director Jennifer Blackwell is quick to provide news information and updates to keep the community informed over the airwaves and on Facebook and Twitter. When you want Yuma news you know you can count on, keep it right here. Outlaw Country is your home for the best classic country and Yuma news with Jennifer Blackwell.
Cocopah Casino is your football headquarters. Every Sunday, Monday, and Thursday night. With all the football you can handle, plus food and drink specials. Sundays beginning at 12 p.m. and Mondays and Thursdays at 5. All patrons enjoy $2 domestic drafts and well drinks till midnight and half-price appetizers till 10 p.m. Plus Monday night football sports bar drink specials inside Cocopah Casino Sports Bar during the game. The only place to watch football this season is Cocopah Casino. Live the rush.
Can you tell if these vegetables are being contaminated with bacteria that could cause paralysis? Listen. Can you? You can't see it either. Use different cutting boards so that the bacteria in raw meats and seafood and their juices doesn't touch prep surfaces for other foods, like veggies. Raw food may contain bacteria that can make you very sick, or worse. 1 in 6 Americans will get sick from food poisoning this year, and roughly 3,000 will die. But you can keep your family safer by separating raw meats and seafood from other foods. Learn more about this and other important information. Check your steps at foodsafety.gov. That's foodsafety.gov. A public service announcement brought to you by the U.S. Department of Agriculture, the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, and the Ad Council.
What exactly is a public nuisance? Well, that may differ a little from person to person. Some people might say it's a front yard full of weeds 3 feet high. Some people might see 3 feet weeds and think, what a beautiful expression of Mother Nature. Some people might say it's a 74 burnt orange Mercury Bobcat on blocks in a driveway with visible rust and a back fender that's only this much off the ground. Some might see that Bobcat and think, what an interesting weekend hobby that person has. All right, so there's differences of opinion. But when you absolutely, positively can't stand the sight of something 1 minute longer, such as excessive storage of junk or a housing code violation, or you're concerned there's a condition that could spread over to your property, then it might be time for a call to the Public Nuisance Hotline, also known as the Anti-Ugly Ordinance Hotline. That number is 373-4515. 373-4515. Call it, and we'll have one of our code enforcement officers check it out. 373-4515. The City of Yuma Anti-Ugly Ordinance Hotline. 373-4515.
Racing Radio here on Outlaw Country, AM 1400. It's Cocopah Speedway's Laptime Live, brought to you by 1 Hour Air Conditioning and Heating and by Cocopah Casino. And we resume our conversation now with Bill Miller, driver of the number 35 IMCA Modified. And Bill, you had the opportunity to race in the Midwest back in the day, and that had to have been some experiences during your time in Kansas.
Oh, yeah, it was a handful. We ran, back there, we were there for 2 months, and in 2 months we ran 18 races at different tracks. And it was an experience, because I got to run a lot of different size tracks, different shapes, a lot of different competitors.
You're known for having been in the IMCA Modifieds for a long, long time, but what other cars have you found yourself behind over the years?
The street stocks, the factory stocks, ran a late model a few times.
You mentioned the karts earlier as well,
yeah,
which
go-karts.
I think that's particularly cool in light of the development of the mini speedway over at Cocopah Speedway, an opportunity to get the youth going here just the way you got into it.
Oh, yeah, exactly. There's our future racers. That's what the kids are going to be doing when they grow up.
I was talking with Randy Haft with N2 Photographics and the Yuma Sun the other day, and we were reminiscing about some of the interesting things we've seen over the years out at Cocopah Speedway. And you've got another distinction I wanted to ask you about this morning. One of only 2 drivers to have exited the track out at Cocopah Speedway without using the track exit. That was one wild ride you took out of turn number 1.
Yeah, that was an experience I hope I never see again. That when I went over the car, hit the ground, and went over the wall. Couldn't believe that I made it over the wall. And then when the car finally came to a stop, it just was relief that I didn't take the wall out, because that would have just destroyed a car.
Yeah, you wound up about 60 feet out beyond the wall.
Yeah, it was quite a ways out. And that was a bad deal that came out good.
Ever a doubt after that happened that you'd be back at it, though?
Never a doubt. If I could have had the car fixed, I'd have been back at it that night.
Bill, you get a front row view of action that, well, I over the years have rarely seen it like we've seen it during the first half of the season. For the casual race fan who's out there who's maybe not attended a race at Cocopah Speedway as of yet, what would you tell them about that action?
This is, after running all these different tracks and everything else, this is one of the best facilities you're going to see. Las Vegas doesn't even compare to this facility. And they're at a super speedway. Their dirt track's at a super speedway. So if Las Vegas can't even compare to this facility, if you live in this area and semi-like racing, you ought to go look at it once. Go watch the races once, because you're going to be amazed at the facilities.
Such a wonderful, wonderful atmosphere, and we know how much that means to you. And I know it meant a great deal to you, too, back in May 2011, picking up a feature win at Cocopah Speedway.
Yeah, that was a real good night. Of course, anytime you win's a real good night. Anytime you know, it was just, it was our night. Everything went right for us.
Well, hopefully there's going to be some more nights like that for you here when we hit the second half.
That's the biggest plan right now. We're doing a lot to the car to make that happen. So, new motor, new everything on that car. So hopefully it's going to be in the checkers.
Well, where do you see yourself in another 5 years from now, 10 years from now? Still behind the wheel of a race car at Cocopah Speedway?
Till the day I die. Yeah, hopefully 20 years from now I'm still running a modified.
That would be awesome, and I hope I'm around to see that too.
I think part of my inspiration came from, of course, my father, watching him at an older age race. And I don't know if you remember Jack Ickes.
Yes.
Always a fight. 15 years ago, I was always wondering how old he really was because nobody knew for sure. He had to be 70 then. And he raced for another 6 years at least after that. And was competitive. So that's where I see myself doing.
One of the wonderful things about the sport, the ability to do it for so long and to be, as you say, very, very competitive and still at the top of your game.
Yes, very much so.
We talk a lot here on Laptime Live about the time commitment to racing, the supporters, the boosters, the people who help to make it all possible. I know there are a lot of people who help make it possible for you to race each week out at Cocopah Speedway.
Oh, yeah. It's Carl, been retired gentleman. So all he does is go work on my race car during the day to help me out. Puts out a lot of money for me this year. Brian Gray helps me out a lot. Keith Tabor has done a whole lot for me. Just every racer down there, if you need something, all you got to do is walk to your competitor's trailer and he'll loan you the part. So everybody helps everybody out there.
We've got families involved, we have friends involved, and when you put them all into the mix, it's all one big racing family.
Oh, yeah.
Well, Bill, we're glad you're a part of that racing family here in Yuma, and I want to thank you again for coming on Laptime Live with us today.
Not a problem. I appreciate you having me.
Hey, best of luck to you when the second half kicks off on September 28th. One more time, Bill Miller, driver of the number 35 IMCA Modified, getting set for action as we resume racing just 3 weeks from today. You're listening to Racing Radio, Laptime Live, presented by Cocopah Casino and by 1 Hour Air Conditioning and Heating. Hey, other happenings ongoing around the complex of facilities that include Cocopah Casino and Cocopah Speedway. And here to tell us more about them, good morning, Anna Corpus.
Hi, good morning, Mike. Well, Dove season is underway and it ends September 15th. So remember, you can buy your tickets at the Cocopah gift shop or at Sprague's. That's in Yuma for $60. You can also purchase a pheasant permit. That's an additional cost. For more information, check out cocopah.com. Tonight at Wild River, Full Swiddle performs inside Wild River's Bar and Lounge. The local band plays rock en Espanol and is a big hit with our crowds. Rio Colorado Golf Course and Grill has new hours. It's open Wednesday through Sunday from dawn until 1 p.m. Rates for September and October are 9 holes with the cart and lunch for $20 or 18 holes with the cart and lunch for $25. For more information, call 627-0057 or check out Rio's Facebook. And at Cocopah Bend RV and Golf Resort, play 18 holes, your choice, $25 for 2 players and a cart, $20 for 1 person with a cart, or $15 for 1 person walking. Again, for more information, call 343-1663 or check out their Facebook. That's it for this week, and see you next.
Thanks, Anna, and you have yourself a great weekend. Hey, information on all of those items and more, again, available at cocopah.com. And, of course, further information on the second half of the racing season, as well as some previews here and there of the 2014 season, available just as easily. Stop in at www.cocopahspeedway.com and be sure to like us on Facebook. And do make sure you do check out the website and the Cocopah Speedway page for some updated info on the second half schedule. And again, you can now purchase tickets directly through cocopahspeedway.com. Well, the countdown continues. Just 21 days, 3 short weeks to go, and we return to racing at the Diamond in the Desert. You've been listening to Cocopah Speedway's Laptime Live, presented by Cocopah Casino and by 1 Hour Air Conditioning and Heating. Back with more next Saturday morning, 11 a.m., here on Outlaw Country, AM 1400.